to Tips with Andrew. I am Andrew Sapiano. Thank you so much for joining me on this happy Monday. I hope you guys are having an awesome start to your week, and I hope you guys rocked out your weekend and are ready for this exciting, invigorating week that we have up ahead of us. Quick update before we get started here. Clementine is the free product of the month from doTERRA up until the 15th, so I believe you have a few days left to get it. Clementine is a perfect oil for this time of the month or of the year. It's very much uplifting, invigorating, helping when you need to balance out your moods and all whatnot. And I love adding a drop of that to my water to help me increase my water intake. A lot of problems happen because people don't like the blandness taste of water. I love the way that makes it a little bit, a little spicy meatball, if you will. And it makes it very much easy for me to hit my daily water intake. Another update, I have launched a weight loss course for beginners. It's an online digital course. If you or somebody you know of is interested in getting access, now's the time. There's tons of cool stuff that comes along with the initial launch, and I'm super excited for it. So if you're interested, definitely drop me a comment, send me a message, and we'll get you rocking and rolling. I'm super excited for that right now. So today, what I wanted to talk a little bit about was today is actually golf day. As much as here in Ontario, that's a little bit on the illegal side. But what else is it? Today, May is actually also Ride Your Bike to Work month because it's helping the environment. So this is what I thought I would talk a little bit about today was easy, super simple ways to incorporate exercise into your daily routine. And that doesn't really take you too much further from your normal routine. A lot of times when we think of exercising, right, we think of another thing that we have to incorporate in our day. We already have so much on the go, and we don't always have time to add stuff in there, right? And especially like an hour to go to the gym every day. I mean, let's get out of here with that. So that's where I wanted to come on and give some tips that help me to easily incorporate some movement into my day. And I wanted to give them to you, and hopefully they help you, right? Hopefully you get some value out of it, because it's very easy for us to get really caught up in a cycle of not moving around and not doing a whole lot, especially with work and kids and life and all sorts of stuff get in the way. So anytime we can have something super simple to incorporate, it's something easy that we don't really have to navigate too far out of our own circle of influence, I guess, if you will, throughout the daily basis. That's really what we're looking for, right? So without further ado, let's get into it. Tip number one for how to incorporate exercise into your daily routine is to start small. If you're not doing any movement of any sort, anything little bits will automatically help you out more than anything. But at the same time, if you're not doing a whole lot of movement at all, really, right? To start and just go hard, it's gonna lead you to be very sore the next day, and you probably won't. You're gonna need to get a lot of motivation to pick yourself back up in that. I want to tell a little story about that. For me, I'm kind of one of those like go big or go home type of guys. So when I started back up with the with the working out, I have a bench press bar that I use, and I have some weights that I add on the side of it and use it as a bicep curl, right? So when I first started back up after, I can't even remember how long since I've been in a gym, I thought it was a great idea to start bicep curling 80, 90 pounds. And as much as I could do it, I felt awesome, and it was super, and I was super excited that I was able to do it. But the next day, I couldn't even really straighten out my arm. It was hurting so much. I couldn't even lift a glass of water. To say that I was very much discouraged is, a huge understatement. So That's where I want to say start small. As much as, I can lift 80 pounds with a bicep curl, after so much downtime of not doing any movement, that's not the way that I should be starting. If anything, I should have started with like 10 or 15 pounds, right? And then made sure that I was able to do that over a consistent basis, right? Because what we're talking about more than anything is incorporating it every day over the course of your lifetime, right? Health and wellness is, as much as it's unfortunate to say, it is an everyday thing that we need to be focusing on more than anything else in our life. So, starting small, 10 pound bicep curls every day for a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, just to form the habit of, picking up the weights and doing something with it. There's a quote that I heard that motivation gets you started, but habit keeps you going, right? So you want the motivation to get you started and to keep you going a little bit until you can form the habit that lets you keep going and keep doing it. Because once it's a form of habit, it's really hard to break the habit. So that's why we want to make the habit of doing something a little bit on a daily basis. Number 2, set a reminder. This one is awesome, and I've learned this one over the last little bit, and I really love incorporating this into everything that I do because of, everything that's important in our life, we set a reminder for. We set an alarm to wake up to go to work. We set a timer on the oven, right, when we're cooking so that we don't burn our food. We set a timer for the laundry, right? So that we don't overwash or overcycle, whatever. Other things that we do that are important to us, we set timers for, right? Tina does her hair, right? She sets a timer for how long that the stuff sits in her hair for, right? So everything that's important in our lives, we set a reminder for. We set some sort of timer, some sort of an alarm to make sure that we remember that needs to be done at that certain moment. Enter setting a reminder to move around, right? And moving and exercising doesn't have to be anything more than just moving around your space that you're in, getting up off of your chair and just, walking around. Little high knees, right? High knees are great. Reach up to the ceiling, to the sky, and just, give yourself a nice little stretch. There's so many little things that you could do. You could even just make it a point to just stop what you're doing and then get up and, just like twist just like that. There's so many things that you can do, that are just a little bit of movement that you can incorporate in your day, right? We're not trying to change the world here. We're not trying to change your whole, habit pattern. We're not trying to change a whole lot of anything, actually. We're trying to incorporate a little bit here and there. And if that means, set up a reminder and just walk to the bathroom just for the sake of walking around, that's a huge improvement right away. So just keep that in mind, in the sense that, unless we're making a conscious effort to really, understand what our day it looks like, right? If you follow me for a little bit here, we lay down when we're sleeping, then we wake up and we go to work. Driving to work, we're sitting. Then if you work at a desk job, you're sitting all day. Then you're driving home, so you're sitting again. Then you come home, you sit at the couch to watch TV. Then you sit at the table to eat dinner. Then you go to bed where you're laying down, right? So if we're not doing what we can, if we're not really setting a reminder for us to get up and sort of move around, it's very easy to see how it can get lost in the wayside with everything that's going on a daily basis. And we're trying to make it easy to incorporate, right? And when you set a reminder, your body, we as people, we're creatures of habit, right? So when you set a reminder consistently, your body's going to be more primed and set up for, or to be able to, know that it's time to move around. Number 3, I just mentioned this. My tip number 3, so we are talking super simple ways to easily incorporate exercise into your day. Number 1, start small. Number 2, set a reminder. Make sure that you know that you have to move around. Number 3, make a conscious effort, right? We spend all of our, most of our day sitting, laying, right? We just went over it. So if we're not, consciously thinking about moving around, this really, it's something that you don't really think about until you've had like a life scare. That's one of those things, right? if you ever had, like a life scare or something, a heart attack, something like that, stroke, you don't really have too many more of them because you're hitting the health food store, you're reading all the health books and you're doing what you can to make sure that doesn't happen. That's your conscious effort. But it doesn't have to get like that, right? We can make sure that we're doing things on a daily basis over a consistent amount of time, that we don't need to have that health scare or that one moment in time that makes us sort of shift our thinking, right? That's why we have to understand that as much as we're not built as humans, as people to go all the time, we're not built also to just sit down all the time and not do anything and just, be a blob on the ground, right? So you got to find the balance. There is a time for, sitting down, relaxing, recovering, resting, for sure. But there's also a time for getting up, moving around, doing something consistently, right? For Tina and I, we set up a bike right in front of the TV. So when we're sitting down watching TV, we're able to be on the bike and get a little bit of exercise and movement that way, even though we're sitting down watching TV. One of the things that I got more than anything, I don't have it around here with me, but I was able to find one of those like exercise DVDs, and I found a quick 15-minute workout that I can incorporate, basically anywhere in my day. Just 15 minutes, get the heart rate pumping a little bit, and that's easy ways right there. Just find a quick YouTube video, 15-minute workout, get your heart rate pumping. 10, 15 minutes is really all you need to get your heart rate going. And that's another easy way to start small. Give yourself a little bit of motivation to keep yourself going. Another quote that I heard regarding that is, man, I can't remember it. Damn it. Oh well, that's okay. But, make a conscious effort. Do what you can to fit in a little bit of fitness throughout your day. So what I have for you now is I got a few things that we can do over the course of the day in order to make it easier for us to move around. So the first one is to sit on an exercise ball as opposed to sitting on a regular chair. Unless you've got some cushion or some sort of pillow, regular chairs aren't that comfy to begin with. But an exercise ball is a really great way for you to sort of, it's a way for you to engage your whole body, your core, as well as, your legs and your arms, and really engage your ab muscles and make it so that, it's a whole body workout just by sitting there at your computer, right? Maybe you can't do that, at the office. Maybe, I don't know, maybe you can, but maybe you can't at the office. But especially nowadays, right, where we're all pretty much stuck at home, we're all working from home for the most part, right? Pulling up an exercise ball is an easy, great way for you to burn some calories over the course of your work shift, right? Also a great way for you to engage your whole body and make it like a whole body exercise, right? As much as we can't, target fat loss, right? We can't really do a targeted fat loss. We can do an overall body wellness, regimen, right? And an exercise ball is an easy way to give yourself, some core workout while you're doing, easily while you're just performing your day-to-day tasks. Number 5, number 2 of the 3 set is to dance around, right? Dance around. Woo. Who says that, exercising, burning calories has to be going to the gym and, lifting weights, pumping iron all the time and just working up a huge sweat that way? No way. You know it, right? When your favorite music comes on, when your favorite song comes on, when you find that one part, you're ready. You're jamming out. You're doing what you can so that you're rocking out everything around you. You don't care about what's around you. You're just moving and you're grooving and you're waiting for that part that you know is coming up that you can just rock it out and nail it. And, you know, this is an easy way to get you sort of uplifted, right? Make you feel happy, feel better about yourself. And then also, right, when you found that perfect music and you found that song that you love, you're not really caring about too much else. You're getting up, you're getting dirty, and you're dancing around. And, you know, you're dancing like nobody's watching. And at the same time, you're burning calories and you're doing different things to get your body moving, right? Your body's going to thank you over the course of time. Also, water. Make sure that you're drinking water, 6 to 8 ounce glasses per day at least. But, you know, dancing is an easy way for you to burn a lot of calories. It's an easy thing that you can incorporate into your day because who doesn't love music? And it's also a fun way to get a lot of movement in at a little bit of a little period of time, right? After a song, if you've been rocking out, 3-4 minutes, I mean, you're tired. That was a great song, I love it, but I can't breathe anymore, right? So dancing around is a great way to burn a little bit more calories. And my next one is stretching. Stretching is a great, very underrated way for you to, stretch your muscles out. Move your muscles in ways that they don't normally get it. One of the things that I read about, playing on the keyboard or using the keyboard a lot is to give yourself a stretch like this, right? Grab your hand or grab your fingers and just sort of pull your fingers towards you. I can feel it stretching all up in my forearm. Another one is if you just put your hand, your palm on the wall, and then you just twist until you can't anymore. That's a great stretch, right? Just like that. I can feel all up in my arm, and I love it, right? Different stretches. Stretch your back out. Lift up to the ceiling and just like lift out of your out of your body basically. Bend over, stretch your back. What are we doing? Stretch your again, stretch your back. Sort of twist over like that. Feel the stretch in there. And this is a great way to move all of your muscles, because a lot of times, like for my job especially, I put parts on cars, right? So it's very tedious and it's the same muscles over and over, right? So again, if we're not making a conscious effort, we can have, a lot of muscles that are hurting a lot because we're using the same muscles over and over, right? That's why we need to try, and that's why, especially at my work, right, we're trying to use different muscles all the time, but we're also trying to stretch our other muscles out to make sure that everything's, moving in unison, I guess, if you will. But, set a reminder to get up at least once an hour, right, to just stretch. Give yourself a nice whole body stretch, right? Neck, back, chest, arms, forearms, you know what I mean? Stretch your groin. For me, right, I love having a groin stretch, an inner thigh stretch. It just really feels so great. Thighs, make sure you get your calves, your ankles, right? Our legs and our knees especially, right, take so much pressure from our body on a daily basis. We need to do what we can to help them out. And, stretching, making sure that the blood's flowing all over the place. Sometimes blood sort of stops flowing to certain places, or it just keeps flowing to certain places, making it really inflamed. So that's why we try and, just make sure your blood is flowing all over your body, as opposed to just focusing on one area. And then my last tip more than anything is essential oils. I love using essential oils for everything. And, helping with exercise, getting motivated to exercise. I mean, I have a blend of oils right here called Motivate. And Motivate is the encouraging blend from doTERRA. And I mean, motivation, encouragement, right? If there's two things that you need when you're trying to incorporate exercise into your life, right? So I actually love this one in the roller form, just like that. So I can roll it on my neck or even on the collar of my shirt, just have it right like that. I also love rolling it on my pulse points, just like that, and then having it as like a perfume or a cologne. But I love that one. It's nice and uplifting, right? It's the encouraging blend, right? So anytime you need a little bit more encouragement, especially trying to find ways to incorporate exercise, that's like what it's made for right there. And then my other, blend, I actually use this, the lotion kind, is the Deep Blue Rub Lotion. And this one is just, it is a lotion, so I love using that one versus the regular oil. Not that the oil is not great, but this one just helps, to slow the absorption and allow for deeper penetration. Actually, I love using the oil, to put a drop of oil with a little bit of the lotion and then have like a double penetration there. But that one's great for, before, during, after exercise, whenever your muscles are feeling a little bit on the tenser side. It's got peppermint in it, so it's great for, a cooling, soothing effect. And I that's the reason that I use essential oils, and I love it, and I will never not use that for any sort of discomfort I feel in my life. That's all I got for you for today. I really hope you enjoyed this. I know I had some fun making it. Feel free to share this with your friends, a family member, perhaps somebody from your team that you feel needs to hear this. If you'd like to learn more about essential oils or how to get your hands on some of this cool stuff that I'm talking about, definitely or if you would like a free sample of oils, definitely drop me a comment, send me a message saying me, and we'll get you rocking and rolling. Thank you so much for joining me. I really hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your Monday and an even better rest of your week, and I look very forward to talking to you again. I love you guys. Bye for now.